The tension had been brewing for months. Ever since Meghan Markle and Prince Harry stepped back from their royal duties, the media had pitted them against the British monarchy in an endless cycle of interviews, tell-all documentaries, and books. But nobody expected the drama to unfold on one of America's most popular daytime shows, The View. Producers of the show had pulled off what many called the booking of the year. On one side, Meghan Markle, outspoken, charismatic, and controversial. On the other, Queen Camilla, the unexpected queen consort who had spent decades navigating the ruthless British press and the court of public opinion. The stage was set. As the cameras went live, Meghan entered first, confident and graceful, wearing a sleek white dress. She smiled at the audience, soaking in the applause. A few moments later, Queen Camilla walked in, dignified yet understated, dressed in emerald green with pearls around her neck. The studio audience gave her a thunderous welcome, a sign that this wasn't going to be the one-sided conversation Meghan had perhaps imagined. Whoopi Goldberg, moderating the segment, leaned in with her signature smile. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is a once-in-a-lifetime conversation. Queen Camilla, Meghan Markle, welcome to The View." Meghan nodded politely. Camilla gave a slight smile, her eyes betraying the steel behind them. It began civilly enough. Meghan spoke about her struggles with the British press, her battles with mental health, and her desire to protect her children from the toxic environment she and Harry had faced. She painted herself as a victim of an outdated institution that, in her words, thrives on control and silence. The audience listened intently. But then came Camilla's turn. "I sympathize with anyone who has faced personal difficulties," Camilla began in her steady, aristocratic tone. "But I must clarify something. The monarchy is not about control, it is about service. We dedicate our lives, often at great personal sacrifice, to the stability and unity of the Commonwealth. That is something far greater than our individual desires." The room went silent. Meghan shifted slightly in her seat. Whoopi raised an eyebrow. "Are you saying Meghan didn't understand that role, Your Majesty?" Camilla didn't flinch. "I'm saying that duty is not about comfort. It is about responsibility. If you step into the role of a royal, you accept that your life is no longer your own. Millions rely on that symbol of continuity. Walking away when things become difficult is not what service means." The audience gasped. Some clapped. Meghan's eyes hardened. "With all due respect, Queen Camilla, service also means protecting one's own family. How could I raise my children in a system that scrutinized my every move and put my mental health in jeopardy? Isn't self-preservation a duty too?" Camilla turned slightly, facing Meghan directly for the first time. "Self-preservation is a human instinct. But leadership is about sacrifice. When I was vilified in the press for years, when people called me names and accused me of ruining a marriage, I did not run. I endured. And in the end, by staying silent and steadfast, I earned respect. That is how duty works." The studio erupted. Meghan looked momentarily caught off guard. Sunny Hostin jumped in. "But Queen Camilla, surely you can admit that the monarchy has its flaws, especially when it comes to race and inclusion." Camilla paused. The audience held its breath. Then, in a calm but sharp voice, she said, "The monarchy is centuries old. It evolves slowly, yes. But it does evolve. What does not change is that it must stand above personal grievances. If we turned the monarchy into a platform for individual struggles, it would collapse under the weight of egos. That is why silence is powerful. It allows the crown to endure." The crowd broke into applause. Meghan's jaw tightened. She had come prepared for a sympathetic audience, but now she was being outmaneuvered by someone she thought was too timid to fight back. And Queen Camilla wasn't done yet. The second half of the interview was where everything exploded. Joy Behar leaned forward, sensing the tension. "Okay, let's cut to it. Meghan has said the royal family never supported her, and Queen Camilla, you're saying the opposite. So, who's telling the truth?" Meghan, not missing a beat, said, "The truth is, I asked for help. I begged for it. I was struggling, and the response I got was silence. Silence isn't strength, it's complicity." Gasps rippled through the audience. Meghan had delivered her blow. But Camilla, calm as ever, delivered hers. "Silence," she said, "is not complicity. Silence is discipline. It is restraint. It is refusing to fuel the fire of gossip. And sometimes, silence is the most dignified response." You asked for the institution to bend to your personal needs. But the crown bends for no one, not even for me. I accepted that, and so did generations before me. The audience thundered in applause. Meghan shot back, so you're saying the monarchy is more important than human beings? Than mental health? Than fairness? Camilla leaned in slightly, her voice sharper now. I am saying that the monarchy exists because it represents something greater than any one of us. If every royal placed themselves above duty, there would be no monarchy at all. You wanted freedom, Meghan, and you took it. But do not criticize those of us who chose service instead. The words cut through the studio like a blade. Even Whoopi looked stunned. For a moment, Meghan was speechless. Her carefully rehearsed arguments seemed to falter under Camilla's relentless logic. The audience, once divided, began leaning more toward Camilla's side. Some even began to chant her name softly, Camilla. Camilla. Meghan tried to recover. But surely you can't ignore the pain I went through. Camilla raised her hand gently, silencing Meghan without saying a word. Then she delivered the line that would trend worldwide within the hour. Every crown is heavy, Meghan. Some of us carry it. Some of us put it down and walk away. That is the difference between a monarch and an exile. The studio exploded. People were on their feet, clapping, cheering, shouting. Meghan's expression hardened, but it was clear she had lost control of the room. The producers, realizing they had television gold, let the cameras roll as the audience erupted in debate. Social media lit up instantly. Clips of Camilla's one-liners flooded Twitter and TikTok. Headlines blared within minutes. Queen Camilla silences Meghan Markle on The View. Camilla's verbal takedown goes viral. Every crown is heavy, Camilla's brutal message to Meghan. By the time the show wrapped, Meghan looked tense, her smile forced. Camilla, on the other hand, stood serenely, as though she had just walked through a light breeze instead of a media storm. As the two women left the stage, Meghan avoided Camilla's gaze. Camilla, however, gave a faint, knowing smile, the kind that comes not from victory, but from inevitability. Outside, the internet was ablaze. Commentators debated endlessly. Was Camilla too harsh? Was Meghan unfairly cornered? But one thing was clear, Queen Camilla had stolen the spotlight, and for the first time in years, she had the world's applause. In living rooms across America and Britain, people replayed her words over and over.